Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with... He asked if I might have a solution. And I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his. But yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier.
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be... They have all agreed to make the most generous. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumour has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle-axe was so pleased she had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves. Now, I must be getting... Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. 2 such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends?
I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw.
Once more onto the breach.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind, and to do that we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the noble. There will be disagreements, yes, and I imagine some resistance, much resistance. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, for what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will. Well, my boy, the stage is set.
that it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that we shall play our parts to the best of our abilities. The realm needs its Sir Crandall. And there is no better Crandall than you. I want you to keep this signed accord.
I will.
Sorry. Can't take you where you need to get to. But the Argo and me will be waiting when you get...
What do you think that thing is?
And how the hell is Sid gonna do?
You alright?
Something troubling you?
No more than usual. It's just... Etta's baby will be coming soon, and I wanted to make something for it.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Yeah, let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new home.
So?
Now, the problem is that Etta's due any day now, and I don't know if I'll be...
Is there anything I can do to help? All right then.
A good luck charm.
But not just any.
No. One made from the feather of a silver chocobo. There's naught lucky in all the realm, or so we used to say back. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with...
Only the big day is fast approaching.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with travelling traders plying the northern border.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's. I think I might make that my first port of call.
You're a good friend, Clive. Can't say I've ever seen a silver chocobo myself, but I have seen one of their feathers. Look, just like a normal one, only silver.
Another of the Royalist guard dogs. Quite a specimen, these two.
Too slow. No match for you, eh, Torgal? The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in? This is a Royal Army logbook. His interests were certainly varied. This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you from a distance. so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you...
Then we need not waste time. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return.
Your care?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from...
Let's see, shall we?
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim.
Why do you want it so badly?
It lays out in no uncertain terms it tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a gift. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, so let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no... It is a question of numbers. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason...
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from themselves, from knowledge. That would bring... That is all. You may keep the book. The world is small. Until then...
Wait! Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps... This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here. Disposed of. Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that registry. This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out. A forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. This must be the registry. So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery? It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed.
To me, flames! Too slow. Odin!
I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. We've overcome Father's political enemies. That I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. Father was truly capable of. Perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then,
Onward. To the end.
and to a new beginning.
Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs. Excuse me.
Oh, well, then I'm...
A silver chocobo feather.
Oh, or maybe not. Though you're not the first to mention... There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago, claiming he was attacked by a silver chocobo near some gutted hovel not far from East. Most took him for a braggart and a liar, but who knows?
We'll see.
Just about surviving, are you? You come back and visit, all right?
Just because the heavens have gone to rack and ruin, it don't mean we have to.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone.
I'm looking for a silver
If that's the case, rumours are all you're likely to... No one has seen a Word is, they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good... If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their...
You're probably right.
It doesn't still hurt, does it? The people of the rest may seem to be in high spirits, but give them a little wine.
Can I help you with something?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you?
I deal in... But if it's fancies you're after...
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes. If you believe the raven...
It wouldn't be the first time. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's Ride. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here...
Can hardly make out a plummet.
Tracks. They're not left by bandits for a change. More tracks. The Chocobo was here. And... I don't hear anything. Well, I'll be damned. It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather for my friend. Thank you. Let's get this back to Geth before they change their minds. Vivian, I found it.
You... Thank you. Even though I asked this of you, I was not entirely I feared the executors had seized every copy.
I met with one of these executors, and I convinced him to let me keep it. He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief, and that if enough people believe a lie, that lie
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable. That, provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people that as the sad history of the bearers prove.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. Or its author, rather. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, and that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination...
Do you still feel that way? That you're not...
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather closer perspective than I had intended. But the more I study, the more I find value in this perspective. And so if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue. Remember, Clive, when enough people give the men and women of this benighted world the gift of truth.
I'll try, Vivian.
Clive, you're back. How'd you get on?
Any luck, you say?
Crystals crack. Is this what I think it is? Where in the hell did you find it?
It's a long story.
Right there on the road to Eastpool.
Everything up there's been abandoned for years. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I fear my presence may have...
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'd have had to move on. They'll find a new home. After all, that's what us endangered animals do. Anyway, what matters is, you managed to nick us one of the... And now all that's left...
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about, like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife as I am with a... And that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with. What did you say it was from again? An Avis?
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit. I'm proud of you, Ember.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done my trial yet.
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an on...
Oh, will I? I should go and see if Ed is...
Give it my best.
You can give it to yourself.
I don't want Gav to give up being a scout, honest.
Still alive, are you? Coin purse weighing you down? You'll break your back stuffing all that in your satchel. Finished, are you?
If Joshua's worried about Jill, I should go and speak. It's usually me making demands of Hippocrates.
I will not forget this kindness, my lord. I shall go to East.
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen her son.
Do you think Sid will tell us about his adventures in Ash?
there aught I might assist you with? Have care, my lord.
Ah, me lords.
How are you feeling?
Well, thank... Is something wrong?
Wrong? No, nothing like that. What?
Go on, please. It's beautiful. Did you make it?
We did, aye. It's from all of us. It's a good luck charm. We may come up north when a bairn's on the way. I mean, a baby. To let him... Oh, I hope...
I thank you, me lords.
If there's anything you need.
I will.
Fancy a swift off.
I could be convinced. Don't you think you've had enough?
Oh, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day. My mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over. What with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. Me whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword. I may have had one too many.
You may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for...
I know.
One of these days, I swear it's gonna be me who drinks you under the table.
If by under the table you mean retching on my boots half the night, I reckon one of those days was yesterday.
Ha ha. Yes, but just wait till we crack open the bottle I left in your chambers. That stuff's strong enough to burn the horns off a behemoth.
Sounds like I'll be needing some new boots. Joshua, I read your message. I don't think I'd realized how different, but since we returned...
I suppose it's not hard to imagine.
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her she is still... to let her know that we still need her. Now more than ever. But how to do that? When last we were truly close, we were but...
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the Duchy, and Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's Hill?
To see the snow daisies. I remember it was the first time Father had allowed us to... And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boys combing the countryside.
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a grove of oaks before we'd even made it. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say...
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business.
Man's Hill.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed. Little in southern Rosaria.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left. What would you do with that? I can't say my travels ever took me back to Man's Hill. I'm curious to see how it has fared.
Lawsman Harpocrates.
Ah, yes.
You spoke of making amends with Dion.
Then I should begin by telling you that this was some years ago, of course, before I joined Sid in his hideaway. At that time, I was counted among the foremost scholars of Oriflamme, to supervise the young, all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding in, well, everything. Alas, our time together was cut short. When Dion, I had not expected to meet with him again. Least...
Have you spoken with him?
No, His Highness always seems so preoccupied, especially when alone. Not when I know he dwells upon the evil Ultima had him commit in the Dominion.
The guilt weighs heavily on him, I know. But as you say, that was Ultima's...
When I first met him, it was not guilt, and I did nothing to ease that burden. It is one of my greatest regrets, and what he truly needed, the blame for Dion's transgressions.
I see. I'm ready to help you in any way that I can.
Then I beg that you bring... Apothecaries across the ages agree that even to glimpse such a flower is to be granted in fabulists and fraudsters all, of course. But there is oft a seed of truth to be found, where even the most outlandish opinions align.
Well, it can't hurt to try. Where can I find this flower?
You have seen cultivated wyvern tails before, I trust. The lily-white blossoms from whose roots the poisonous ink for the brand is distilled. Well, those which grow in the wild differ only in their purple hue. The harsher the environment in which they are raised, there is a waterfall in Rickmal's roost across the strait, where the flowers once grew in abundance. Whether they still survive there, I know not. But try as I might...
It's all right. I'll find you.
Thank you, Clive.
I hear that you traveled to Ash. Did you by any chance?
I did.
If I may? The bearer. The director was a brutal man. He got no worse.
The registry was all I found beneath it. There was no sign of a body. Nor any record of what happened to the...
I pray that at least some of them, all their names are here. My friends. I can still remember their fate. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning. No explanation.
They'd be happy to know that you survived.
But why did I make it out alive? When so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. See that their names live on.
Thank you. I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach. And the spirit of the Orla of Valisthea will know, and in the name of those I lost.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity.
Seems this place has been flooded twice over. Purple flowers blooming next to a waterfall. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Too slow.
Go for it! Arise!
Here they are. Might as well pick enough for a bunch. This is the place, but...
I'm sorry, Clive.
There's nowhere been spared.
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but it's the only place I know of.
Then why not ask someone who might know?
Someone at the backyard. Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies. Oarsman, I found the...
You did?
I think I...
Did indeed.
You wanted to make Dion a gift of one, did you not?
Oh,
It's no trouble. Your Highness, would you...
No. It is time, then.
No. Only to the shelves. Our lawsman has something he'd like to give you.
Master Harpocrates. No. I dare not show my face before him, not after everything I have done. I have taken countless innocent lives, all because I was weak. I have sworn to atone for my crimes or die in the attempt, but were I to meet with him again, and see in his eyes what I have become,
then that is all the more reason to do it. Test your resolve. Prove to yourself, and to him.
You are right. I must, at the very least, offer him very well, then.
Follow me.
Even now, I hesitate to approach him. What must he think of me?
You'd be surprised.
Master Harpocrates, pray, accept my apologies for leaving your tutelage before my studies were complete. Your lessons opened my mind to a world quite unlike the one I had imagined from within the gilded confines of the palace. And I shall be forever grateful for the efforts you made to enlighten me.
Lift up your head, Your Highness. The deeds of youth require no apology. That you took the time to visit me says much about the man you have become. Now, there is something I would like to show you.
Is that a wyvern tail? The color is unfamiliar to me.
Because it is unique to those found in the wild. Something in the harsh environments in which they grow lends them this striking hue. Their roots are indistinguishable from those of their hothouse cousins, but once they bloom, the difference is immediately apparent. In this flower, I see you, Your Highness. Its roots were the roots of a wyvern tail, with all that implies. But they do not define it, just as yours do not define you. I want you to have it, that it might remind you of this truth.
Master Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service. Keep your gift until I have fulfilled my duty to the realm, for only then shall I be deserving of it.
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Our roots do not define us. No wonder my stepmother didn't like him. For reuniting me with memories I had thought long lost. I shall not forget this.
Thank you, Clive. Were it not for you, I fear I might never have found the right moment to speak with him. Not to mention the wyvern tails. I shall plant their seeds.
I hope the soil in the hideaway is to their liking.
Why, these flowers bloomed in the bleak, black wastes of Waloed. I'm sure Nigel...
What's this?
A stolas quill, or more precisely, my stolas quill. 'Tis said that an owl's feathers are steeped in the wishes it hears. Oh, so consider this, that one day you may put down...
Well, when that day comes, thank you, Harpocrates.
Say what you will. Lady Karen and see her.
Oh. What brings you down from the heavens?
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies grow.
Snow daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold. And where the winds are strong enough to carry the sea. I reckon Man's Hill would be a good place to start. There in the Royal Meadows, perhaps? Both have similar climbs and the right elevation. If the Blight hasn't claimed them yet.
Right.
Did you learn where we might find our flowers?
The gardener here mentioned the Royal Meadows in Sembrak.
Ah, the fields beyond Northreach. Well, if that's the case, then I recalled that she kept a record of our travels, so I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew, and she...
Whose shores border the meadows.
The winds that blow across the Royal Meadows from Orlefeist Bay are strong indeed. Strong enough for snow daisies, it seems.
Do you see anything you like? I'll be here if you need me.
And how might I help the garrison today?
Haven't seen any of those beastly blue-eyed... Do be careful.
I will.
Caution, brother.
The meadows are vast. Where do we even start?
Yote mentioned the coastline. We can start there.
Look, brother.
You see them?
I do. Flowers and our friends. Too slow. What do you see, boy? Let's hope this is the last one.
Only one way to find out.
No good. Come on. was harder than I expected. But found her. It was worth it.
Do you think Jill will...
She'll love them.
It appears my work is done. The rest, as they say, is up to you. Well, you and the skies. We wouldn't want another thunderstorm now, would we?
Ifrit?
Your resolve didn't falter.
No. Though I continue to be bewildered, I should meet with my old tutor here. I thank you.
And I thank you for taking...
Should like to look upon that flower once more. I stand ready to leave for
And see us safely.
Clive, if you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here.
Is that all?
Jill, there's something I'd like to show you.
There is?
It's, not here. Now, I know this is sudden, but how would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you. Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or... tried to.
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into. But I couldn't...
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line. No one thought to ask me what I wanted. I was nothing to them. A pawn at best.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks. And I knew then, no matter what, I'll never forget that feeling. Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
I don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
I never was much good at garlands, but it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure. We should probably be getting back. I expect the others are wondering where we are.
You're right. There's still much to do.
And we'll do it together. Clive, do you have a moment?
Of course. Always.
I wanted to give you something.
Is this?
I stitched it from the cloth you gave Hortense. The piece she said you liked best. I told her I used to enjoy needlework, but I didn't think she'd remember.
It's beautiful, Jill. You didn't have to.
When I was very little, I recall my mother telling me that young ladies of the court would give knights ribbons from their hair. I still wear mine. So, white is the colour of faith. Unblemished, unfeigned. Just like my faith in you.
Our faith.
And may it ever bring you back to me. I will always, always be here.
Thank you, Jill.
What is it, Clive? You can always tell me. For so long. So when this is over, somewhere in the back of my mind, I know. Thank you. And so for now... Right.
back to the stables, girl. Harmon's madness lives on. Rest in peace.
Drove His Highness to madness on your knees!
He hasn't heard. And it doesn't look like he's willing to listen.
Get him! Long live.
Damn it. Dion would have been glad to have you back at his side.
And what can I do for you? You've a keen eye. An excellent choice.
And how might I help the garrison today?
Haven't seen any of those beastly blue-eyed... Do be careful.
I will.
won't be easy. You deserve a rest. I'm getting tired of these things.
There's something about it.
You're not from the forest. Well, which forest? Then what were you going to tell me? And if you had?
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so. You earned this. All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
So, will it be? Should last you a good while. Anything else?
Good morrow to you, my friend. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. I have quite the find for you today. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it. You are always welcome, Clive.